Have you had one of these yet? If you haven't had your invitation for your COVID vaccination, it's probably on its way. This is my dad's. He's known it's been coming for some time now. We all have, haven't we? But now it's here. He's unsure about getting it. He feels like he should be really pleased and be like, yeah, let's get on with it. But honestly, he's got some questions, and so have I. So he feels more like, that's great, but can I just ask some questions? We've heard a lot of stuff out there, in here, which leads me to my first question. What is actually in the vaccine? Because I've heard there's all sorts.
Hi, my name is Jack Lewis. I am a senior public health registrar, and I work with the NHS at the moment, and I'm working on the vaccine program for COVID. There is no pork product in it. There's no other animal product. There's no trackers in it that are going to be looking after you. It's really simple technology, and it's something that there are many, many years worth of research behind, and we've now given it to millions and millions of people.
So my name's Liz. I've got various roles. Previously I've been an outreach nurse to the Gypsy and Traveller community in Leeds. I am a nurse and a health visitor and a Queen's nurse. It teaches your body how to protect you from a certain disease. So in a lot of ways, it's like if you imagine you were going into fight in a boxing ring, you'd put on all your protective gear and that'd get you ready to protect your body from that, the impact of that fight. And this vaccine, it works in quite a similar way. It helps your body recognise what COVID would look like. And then it would help your immune system to build some immunity to COVID.
Ah, okay. Thanks, I'm glad I asked. So, how come it's come out so quickly? Don't vaccines take years to get right? Has it been tested enough?
These vaccines have come out incredibly quickly, and it's amazing. It's a fantastic innovation for humanity, really.
In this case, I suppose the answer is money and a real focus that it had to be done. All the steps that are always taken in developing a vaccine were taken, and they were really rigorously followed, which included clinical trials, which is standard in the UK for developing vaccine, but they were all followed for these vaccines. It was trialled in all age groups up until the age of 80. No corners were cut at all.
Okay, that's great. Someone I know had the vaccine and they felt unwell afterwards. So what are the side effects? Will we feel ill? And can we go out again afterwards?
The answer is yes, you can go out after having it. It varies from person to person. I think, depending on who you speak to, some people will be absolutely fine. My mother, in case, absolutely fine, never noticed it, never felt any different. Other people are reporting feeling like they've got a headache, a sore arm, like it feels bruised for a few days, a fever, the sort of chills, feeling hot and cold for a few days. What we do know is that it responds really well to paracetamol and rest and fluids. Now, this isn't a live vaccine, so that you can't develop COVID from having the vaccine, but it is normal to have some response to it. Some people do, some people don't. If you're finding after a day or two that you've got responses to it that have dragged on more than a day or two, then ring 111, let somebody know.
Okay, good. So after all that, will it actually stop us from getting COVID-19?
The answer for most people is probably yes. In the trials, we were seeing really high effectiveness. That doesn't necessarily mean that you won't have COVID in your body. It just means you're not being symptomatic. And there's an important distinction there. So we're not quite sure whether or not these vaccines stop onward transmission, although really good data has come out recently that says that it does. What we certainly know, though, is that these vaccines stop many people from going into hospital and many people from getting really sick. So you may still have COVID, you may still test positive for COVID, even though you've had the vaccine, but certainly we'd expect far few people to actually have a serious illness because of it.
My sister wants to start a family. Will her having the vaccine prevent this from happening?
All of the studies show that having the vaccine doesn't affect someone who wants to start a family. There's lots of information that's come from previous vaccinations and from studies on this vaccination, the COVID vaccine, that it won't affect anything around wanting to start a family.
I see. just got one more question. I just want to check. Will anyone be forced to have the vaccine? And if I don't have it now, can I change my mind later?
Vaccines can never be forced upon anybody, and I know this has been, it's been in the media and there's been a lot of concern about it. So vaccines have to have full consent from the person that is having the vaccine. People have a choice to make an informed decision about whether or not they want the vaccine. And if you decide that you don't want it now and you do want it in the future, then that will be an option for you as well.
Okay, great. Glad I asked. I'm going to book my vaccine when I'm offered it, and I'm going to talk to my family about it now. You should think about it too. Good luck. Hi, yeah, it's just me. Have you got 5 minutes? I just wanted to talk to you about something. Yeah, no, everything's fine. It's important.
If you are registered with a GP, you should receive a text message, an email or a letter in the post inviting you to have the Covid-19 vaccine and telling you how to make the appointment. If you have difficulty making an appointment or you're not registered with a GP, you can get in touch with us at Leeds Gate by phone or email, and we can help you to make the appointment or offer you a vaccine at the Leeds Gate offices.